Hello again. These are your headlines now from ITV News in London. Hundreds of anti-lockdown protesters have been marching through the capital this afternoon despite police warnings to avoid demonstrations due to COVID restrictions. Maskless demonstrators marched from Hyde Park to Westminster. It comes as the nation eases itself out of its third lockdown, with measures next set to relax from the 29th of March. And in Brixton, protesters gathered to take part in an anti-racism rally. It's part of a worldwide protest which has seen more than 20 countries link up online, live streaming the events in their cities. An 18-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of the murder of Hussein Chowdhury. Hussein was killed outside his family home in Walthamstow on Wednesday. He was pronounced dead at the scene after being stabbed in the neck. Two other people related to Hussein, a man in his 20s and a woman in her 40s, were found with injuries to their hands. The woman remains in hospital. The Home Secretary is reportedly unlikely to extend the contract of Britain's most senior police officer, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, amid the continuing fallout over the policing of the vigil for Sarah Everard. That's according to The Times today. Dame Cressida Dick is expected to stand down when her contract expires in April of next year after clashes with the Home Secretary and the Mayor of London. Priti Patel and Sadiq Khan have both been openly critical of the policing at the vigil in Clapham Common last weekend. The Metropolitan Police have declined to comment. Now, being cooped up inside for a year has been tough for all of us, but for one family in East London, it's been compounded by a mum battling cancer. But her 9-year-old son Nathan has turned their daily walk into a fundraising challenge. Vincent McAvenny went to meet them as they clocked up the steps.
We're all very used to the daily walk now, but for the Faulkner family in Romford, it's taken on a special meaning. When mum Charlie was diagnosed with a rare form of breast cancer in November, 9-year-old Nathan, inspired by Captain Tom, decided to use their steps to raise money for Cancer Research UK.
We've already raised quite a lot of money, up to about £3,000. And as what we was doing was walking the distance that it would take to get to Niagara Falls. As a family, we've always wanted to go to Niagara Falls for the past couple of years. So we're doing the challenge of about 7 million steps to get to Niagara Falls from the UK.
Charlie's responding well to treatment, but the walking is helping the whole family cope with the stress.
He's done the calculations of the steps and everything himself. He's set up an Excel spreadsheet to log everybody's, steps each week, and he's updating the fundraising webpage. So I'm very, very proud of him, really proud.
And when the family do eventually make it to Canada, it'll make it all the more meaningful.
On the dark days, it's things like that keep me going and pushing through. The thought of us standing there as a family watching, the falls, that keeps me going on the tough days, and I can't wait. Very much look forward to that day that we're all there.
Yeah.
With the distance only taking half the time they expected, Nathan's keen to keep marching on and complete the return for his mum too. Vincent McAvenny, ITV London.
OK, let's take a look at today's sport.
Keeping up to date.
Hi.
Hi, proud sponsors of ITV Regional Sports Report.
To the Championship first, and an early penalty put Brentford in the lead against Nottingham Forest. Ivan Toney scored his 28th goal of the season, but Forest were able to pull it back in the second half with a goal from Kravinovic, ending the game 1-1. In other sport, a boxer born and raised in Hackney stands on the cusp of his first world title as he prepares to go for the WBO cruiserweight belt tonight. Undefeated Lawrence Okoli was originally supposed to battle for that strap in December, but the match was cancelled after his opponent tested positive for COVID. Now he's getting his chance to compete at the world level against Krzysztof Blavatsky. James, right now, how's your weather?
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London weekend weather. Hey there, a bit of a grey start to the day, but at least we saw some sunshine through the back end, and there's going to be a bit more around through the evening. Unfortunately, a bit more cloud develops, and whilst we have the clear spells during the evening, the temperatures sink away ahead of that cloud arriving, making it a cool night rather than a cold night, around 4 to 6 your low. Sets us up for a Sunday of mixed fortunes. It's going to be a case of some clouds, some bright and sunny spells, but any cloud that's around is actually quite thin because of the high pressure, so there is a reasonable chance of seeing some decent sunshine into the afternoon and highs of around 10 to 12 Celsius. It looks as though we'll see the high pressure remaining in control for at least the next few days, but it starts to shrink and starts to move down towards the Brest Peninsula in France there. That's actually quite good for us because it means we get a bit more of a southwesterly and hopefully a bit more sunshine. So as far as Monday goes, a bit of a chilly start, but we're looking at highs of around 13 Celsius into the afternoon. Nice and sunny, some good sunny spells out there, and a similar picture on Tuesday, but a bit more cloud out towards the west. That's going to move in with the risk of a touch of light rain on Wednesday. More details for you later. Have a good day.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV London weekend weather.
OK, that's all from the London news team. We're back tomorrow. Enjoy the rugby. Bye-bye.